And it looks like we are underway. And there is the validation arrow. Welcome to my life. I mean, validation arrow does mean go mode. So we've got a early map check. Looks like we had green pendant at Eastern, 2 at Hera, and 7 at Desert. I could be wrong. Alright, just 20 rupees in the damn Dsitt trying to do a tree pull without having killed an enemy. That's going to end poorly. And there are 5 rupees from the crab here. Hello!
Hey,
How you
Dr.
doing?
Bob. Figured I'd join in and help you out.
Excellent. So joining me right now is Jay Coper. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I just won a tournament race, so, you know, wins are good.
That is always a good thing to start a commentary off on. Let's just hope you don't get mixed up between what you just did and what we see today. So there's 300 rupees in the Lost Woods, once again proving that the Houlihan route is dead.
Yeah, with the extra 300 rupees in the pool that were put in this version, I don't think Houlihan is usually ever worth it. Patty's got an interesting route here. It looked like he went to the dam first, and now he's going to the uncle.
That is apparently what happened.
It's interesting. I was almost willing to applaud.
And there's a sword.
Oh,
in the uncle's tunnel. So there you go.
I was kind of expecting him to take that sword and maybe do escape right away, but
yeah. So the key is there in the sanctuary, which means you'll be able to access that that dark chest from one side or the other. Dsitt found the blue mail in the Lost Woods, but so far has not found any bombs. Meanwhile, Patty has found some bombs and will be able to start blowing things up when they get to Kakariko Village.
Yeah, if you find 300 rupees, that's like finding bombs, just delayed.
Yeah, basically.
Just bombs, but I gotta walk a little to get them.
Very true. So we've got Frog versus Ouija.
Classic
Seems like
battle.
pretty good. Seems like pretty good call.
Long-time rivals.
Yeah. Looked like just 50 rupees, I think, in the cave there. The anxiety cave.
Certainly didn't look important. I've started to delay checking it recently. I think it's a good idea. With it, you can go a whole seed without boots in this version, and oh wow, that crab just spewing out those rupees.
And then Patty's going to find out very soon. Didn't really need to do that, but oh well.
Hey, you know, a little more money never hurts. You
true.
Need money until you get to like 700 or 800 rupees, then pretty good. But
yep. You're definitely still gonna want those rupees. So Eastern Palace is a pendant, and I'm about sick of Eastern Palace being a pendant because that means that like the bow ends up only being required for Ganon, and it's sad. I mean, if they have pod, then that's a thing, but but I have seen so many seeds where Eastern and pod were both pendants, and I'm just like, well, not gonna need the bow necessarily.
More money and a glove in the lion's basement there.
So we have a glove. Patty will converge on this glove shortly. It's the power glove, and I'm told that it is so bad.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll look for a replacement for it at some point. Man, so much money. So it looks like Dsitt has cleared out Kakariko. I hope he checked everything. I saw Akuko check. He didn't have a bottle, so he couldn't do that, but...
Right. I believe everything was good, and I saw him spend a bunch of rupees.
Hookshot in the library.
Oh, wow. Well, this will not be a bootless seed.
No, it will not. Even if you know how to hover, you still need those boots to hover, so...
Very true. So, with the hookshot on the bookshelf, we now have sort of a clear plan of attack here. You know that the east side of Death Mountain is going to be cut off to you unless you can find both the mirror and the hammer. And so you're thinking probably the south side here, and then hopefully you'll find some way to access the Dark World from there.
Interesting. Dsitt's doing the pull first. I don't know what's faster.
I believe it's a wash. I've you know, you sit and think about it, and I think it's about the same either way. You got to go in, you got to go out.
If you're going to be maybe saving quitting from the dam, I think it might be faster to do the pull first.
That's entirely possible.
Because then you can, check the item and then save and quit from the inside.
Right. But many people aren't going to be doing that. They'll probably head over to Mini Moldorm or, in some cases, onto the desert, depending on what they're doing.
So, yeah, Dsitt's doing all of that. It'll be interesting to see how he does here with just bombs as a weapon. Probably fine, but, it never hurts to have something else, especially for this first guy. He's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, the bombs are a little more cooperative on the left and right-hand sides, but the first guy, he can be a real pain.
Yeah. All right, it takes him down. Still would have been nice to have that sword that Patty has for that room, but...
There's the Moon Pearl!
Yep.
So, Moon Pearl, when you get that over here, you're kind of thinking, okay, now I can do Zora area.
Yep. I would fake flipper immediately because, well, I would probably check the ice cave, but then fake flipper so that you can check all of the waterfall and do the water walk. And it's so nice doing the water walk from the waterfall because it so much easier to, or so much faster to water walking. Oh my goodness. I don't know what Dsitt's setting up for a death warp over here or something. You're walking into some...
I think they were just awkwardly placed, and it was very hard for him to get through.
Yeah. Oh, I forget that he doesn't actually have a sword.
There is no sword.
Pick up some bushes or something, but... Yeah, Patty making nice use of that sword for sure.
I definitely prefer to hit the mini Moldorms with a spin if I can, when I've got the fighter sword.
The sword is in the Uncle passage.
Yes. So there's the blue boomerang in the Ice Rod Cave. So not particularly required.
Yeah, maybe he'll make use of that on these crabs heading down to...
Yeah. And you might...
Oh, no!
Oh. Ow. Got wrecked.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Patty is just going to peace out and not even do Fake Flipper or anything remotely resembling Fake Flipper.
He didn't even go to the ice cave, huh?
Nope. He's instead heading into the escape area, it looks like.
Yeah, Dsitt is going to go all in on his decision to Fake Flippers and head right down there immediately.
So I was interested in him using the blue boomerang to stun an enemy and see what the drop is, which is a thing you learn.
Yeah. At this point, the stun drop isn't terribly useful, but it could be. Could be.
I mean, what if it's fairy?
Yeah, that would have been nice. Fairy, or, there'd be some good information to have if it was fairy or magic or something, but...
Right. Hashtag things in Zelda's chest, indeed. That will be shortly.
It's interesting that they both have the gloves, but neither has done the back of Escape, which is the number one spot that stands out when you get the glove. And that fireball was really close to Dsitt there. But speaking of, as someone who knows how to die doing fake flippers.
You definitely don't want to take any damage while doing that.
Alright. Well, this is all sequence break for Dsitt, of course, except for Zora. Zora is the one thing that you can go to right here that's not a sequence break, since you could just take the gloves up there. Right. We'll see if any of this pays off, because it is a little time consuming to do this.
But you know, the Zora trip, if it turns out that you had to go to Zora to get something, you want to be able to take care of these other items while you're up there, just to avoid having to go back. And you just keep in the back of your mind, you know what sequence broke, and so that can affect where things can be.
Another 300 rupees in Zelda's cell. That's so useful.
Just all the money you can stand. You know, if our runners want potions, they'll be able to get them.
Well, once they get bottles to put them in.
Yeah. Details.
I've had seeds where there were no bottles available until Ganon's tower.
Gross.
So let's see what's on the ledge here. There is a way to get this item without flippers, but otherwise that's normally one of the flipper requirements there.
Doesn't it usually involve a fairy and dying?
Oh, that item there? No. You have to like set up a double water walk.
Oh right, I remember that. So there was the Master Sword in the back of and the flute, apparently, in the back of the escape. And Patty is doing the backward dark room to find the last escape. One moment.
It's interesting that he's doing this with you know, no lamp or fire rod.
All right. So yes, heading into this dark room, finding the chest, I'm sure, at some point.
Well, he's still in the sewers right now. Next room will be the room with the chest.
There we go. You found it.
Oh, we got the flute here.
Yep, the flute and the sword. Dsitt finding the fighter sword, and then the master sword would be for him in the uncle's tunnel.
I sure hope we've seen the map, because that would be really sad if this chest is the map.
I believe we have. It was
okay.
The Blue Guard's chest, the second Blue Guard's chest.
All right, in the boomerang chest.
There's 10 arrows.
Yeah. All right.
In the dark chest, so not particularly useful, but you don't want to have that weighing on your mind as you're going through, as a just out of the way loose square, as some call it.
So both of them doing a little sequence break, and neither of them paying off.
Yep, looks like it. Not a one. Sorry about that. Is that better?
I mean, I can hear you better.
Okay, good.
I don't know if you're too loud now or whatever. It's all what the chat thinks. I don't care.
So we are getting our simultaneous swag ducks all day, every day. All rise for our national anthem.
Yeah. Interesting that Dsitt is now doing escape, so he's going to get his master sword.
Yep.
Hard to predict the probable route to the Dark World at this point. We've got a master sword already, but we've got a glove.
I don't know. I mean, you want to get hammer or second glove so you don't have to do agate 1.
Right.
But there's no guarantees on that. Looks like Patty will be going to Ice Rod and possibly the fake flipper past that. So we'll be getting simultaneous retreads of previous areas.
Yeah, I was expect Dsitt to do all of the front of escape now, and we'll see where Patty goes next. It'd be nice to see some Death Mountain, but maybe we'll have to wait a little bit for that.
Right. And to be fair, you don't really want to do Aga 1 without the lamp. You really don't.
Oh, I thought Patty had the pixel there. It looked like he got it set up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I don't think he's right there.
There you go.
I don't even know the left-right pixel. It's weird that it's so far away from the edge of the screen to me.
Yeah, I've not figured that one out. Delete the gym, hit your lawyer, and Facebook up. Got it. Yeah, there's not a lot of Death Mountain you can do, but you can get there, and you can at least get the save and quit point.
Yeah, of course that requires doing the old man rescue in the dark, but that's a fairly trivial dark room.
Right. Well, they have the flute, so
yeah, you still have to do it in the dark.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know words.
Just a shorter dark room.
Yes, and say much more straightforward sort of thing. Yeah, I don't think anyone has done the Sahasral's Hut and Eastern route either, and there's a pretty big chunk of chests over there as well. That's likely to contain
I understand them
something
putting that off though, because you want to head in that direction once you have the bow, if you're gonna go that way. Although if Eastern is a pendant, well, here there's a pro and a con here. If Eastern is a pendant, I'm much more likely to want to dip into Eastern early because you can, partially clear it without worrying about having to go back there later. Patty lost his water walk. Good thing he didn't get hit while he was on the
Indeed.
The water. But it's so much slower when you lose that water walk now. He's going to have to walk all the way around here. And Link just walks so much faster on top of that blue water.
Yeah. I believe that was told you walk at like max swim speed when you've got the water walk, which is really interesting. So we're sitting on 6 hearts for both players, and both players have checked roughly about the same things. Dsitt is rescuing the old man at the moment.
Yeah, I think the only difference at this point is that Patty checked that chest and escape.
There's the flippers at the old man, so we no longer have a sequence break at Zora.
Yeah, though there wasn't much sequence.
Correct.
Anyway,
there was no progression there. Love lesson is correct. That is what happens when you get a heart from Zora. It's a love lesson.
I don't think I've ever seen that text before, but I often just completely ignore the credits when I'm done.
No, I don't think it's actually a. I don't think that's what it is in the text. That's just what I'm calling it.
Yeah, it's quality. I could see it being added. Looks like we lost Dsitt's stream, perhaps.
It looks like we may have had like
an
SD crash.
That's not good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I hope he didn't lose his save and everything. Let's find out shortly. Well, he didn't lose his save.
Yeah.
So he could just restart, and he didn't lose any progress.
It looks like.
I think he's doing too much sitting and thinking here when he could just keep playing. He lost his old man save point. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's it. He's gonna want to do it again on account of getting the flippers from it.
Right. I don't... you know, situations like this happen in tournaments from time to time because, you know, we're... The games that we play aren't infallible. But, I don't think that this one here calls for any special, you know, treatment. I think that he should be fine to just go on and redo the stuff that he lost there.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal. Hopefully, hopefully we'll be okay from here on. There's the Cane of Brian on that spectral rock and a shield inside it.
Yeah.
I feel like
Safety
the shield's
rock.
not going to get picked up.
The Cane of Brian could be important.
It could.
Notably for checking that cave that's directly below it.
So now Patty is making the play on Eastern Palace.
Oh. Is he going straight there without going to Sazerac?
He's already been to Sazerac.
Oh, he has. Okay.
Yeah, he went to Sazerac, then he went to the mountain, then he's coming to Eastern.
Ah, right.
Which is fine because you've got the flute and you can do the flute to 5 and get back up here.
So there wasn't anything at Sazerac then, I guess.
Yeah, it was like rupees, heart piece, bombs.
Which means we're left with progression either here or at Aegina.
Yep. Or on the pyramid. Nah, you need the lamp.
Right.
But it'd be funny.
Oh, mitts.
There is the Titan's mitts sitting in Eastern Palace. So now, Patty has to ask themselves, are they going to keep going? And it looks like they are.
I think you can call him a he.
I am aware.
Okay.
I just like to
He's the they.
err on the side of caution.
Yeah.
When my brain didn't actually register, you know, use a pronoun that uses things. So there's the boots.
Wow.
So looks like continuing on was the play.
Yeah, for sure. It's, you know, once you go into Pendant Eastern, I think you just keep going until you can't go anymore because there's just way too likely for another thing to be in here. And man, that's huge though. That myth certainly opened up more than almost anything else.
So calling Cane of Samaria? No, okay.
Well, wait, we got 2 chests left here to check.
That is true. If I call another thing like I did last night, I'm gonna just freak out.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a clip of it.
It gets easy to call things in this game sometimes. I don't even react to it most of the time.
It's like, I'm just jaded to all this hype. Alright, so Dsitt's gonna go in, follow in Patty's footsteps, gonna pick up both the mitts and the boots, assuming Dsitt continues. Yeah, Dsitt also makes the right play and continues.
And Ether. That's a solid Eastern right there.
Okay, 3 pretty solid items. The Ether Medallion could end up being very important.
I'm a little surprised at that death warp. I don't know why he didn't just save and quit. I'm not sure where he's heading from here.
Not sure.
Oh, he's just leaving the flute. Okay.
Yep.
Alright, I don't know. I think the save and quit would have been just fine, but, you know, whatever. It didn't take that long. And why are we here?
We are going to get the hook shot.
Oh, yes. I suppose that's important.
We're getting the hook shot off of the library and then probably heading up to the Titan's mid portal to Dark World, or could be heading straight to Death Mountain to acquire more things.
I think I would have saved and quit to Sanctuary from Eastern, and then checked the 2 bonk spots there, and then headed to
There is that possibility.
The village. And he could have fluted to the village and ran down. So curious routing, but
I don't know. I don't know why routing happens the way it does. Sometimes it does. You gotta do what you gotta do. Dsitt lost about, I'm gonna say, a minute and a half from crashing. It wasn't a whole lot of time.
Yeah, it's unlikely that the race comes down to that, but you never know. Hopefully, what it doesn't come down to is him, like, getting frustrated by that and making mistakes to compound the thing that was beyond his
control. You definitely don't want to go on tilt and just lose your composure here. All right, Dsitt gonna pick up that Ether Medallion. Meanwhile, Patty is making the meme play and going to Skull Woods, because guess which version it is?
It's V26.
Yep, that means you go to Skull Woods. Isn't that what it means?
Yeah. Yeah, not a fan of this route, basically requiring the dumb room on the right. But he gets a shield, and it was required here anyway. Okay, Dsitt doing what I was thinking before and checking the bonk spots first.
Yep, so we could get a pretty solid advantage here, and ho! There's a rod. It's an ice rod.
We haven't seen a map check yet, I guess.
Oh,
wow.
It looks like...
Oh, it's though.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
So that is a Pendant Skullwoods. It could be avoided, but I'm thinking both of these runners have at least done a few races of V26 by now. Maybe they're not going to avoid Skullwoods for too long, but we'll see what Dsitt does.
So the bow is there. Look at this. Me calling the whole Eastern Pendant pod. I'm telling you, it's a thing, and you're gonna have to go into both because that's the way it works.
So now we have that first bottle.
Yep.
And it can go and check Sick Kid at some point.
Yep. Can't do it at the moment because they don't have the mirror.
Oh, interesting. I bet. I wonder if you could bonk into the side of the bookshelf. And
Maybe.
If that would be faster. I feel like it would probably work, but I don't know where the hitbox is for the bonk.
Did that just happen?
Did what just happen? Sorry.
No, don't. Nothing.
All right.
So here is the digging game. How many digs we gonna take? Looks like 8. 8 digs and 20 roops. 2 hams, big 20, all the different things you want to call it. So 5 and 6 are ice and swamp.
All right. Dsitt's heading up to Skullwoods. He'll surely get his bow here.
Bow time. We'll get to start shooting arrows. Now, hopefully, at some point, they'll be able to start shooting, you know, more enhanced arrows.
Yeah, those are always nice.
As we all know, it's not necessarily a requirement. It is by the logic, but it's not a requirement to complete the game. And I assume most of the runners in this main tournament are familiar with how to do Silverless Ganon. There's the Tempered Sword in Hype Cave. So
very nice.
Hype Cave has some degree of hype. A non-zero amount of hype in Hype Cave.
going on? Is it frozen for you?
I believe so, but we will have it back up shortly, I'm sure.
Hey, there we go.
All right. So Dsitt will be shortly picking up the bow. Patty flying off to the Death Mountain.
I was going to take that hook shot and go east with it, I guess. You can check a lot of things over there, so it's a good play.
Yep. Also going to use that hook shot to activate some super speed on the stairs slightly, which is a much easier way to pull it off, in my opinion, than using the spin.
I don't even bother with trying spin speed. I've done it once or twice, but...
And looks like Dsitt takes a death. It may have been intentional, but I doubt it based on where he respawned.
Oh, yeah. No, he definitely should have popped out of the door first if he was thinking he was in danger of dying. Now he's got to walk all the way around here again.
Mm-hmm.
That's a kind of costly death.
Very unfortunate.
Oh, that was kind of cool. Knocked the little beetle off the bumper and...
Alright. So I have refreshed my commentary stream so that I can be a little more on time. Looks like the magic powder was found in the Paradox Cave.
Oh yeah, we got a lamp by Patty as well.
Ah, the lamp.
Which
Excellent.
is significant both for
and the silvers, apparently. So
dark rooms. Oh yeah, silvers. Hey.
There we go. I was just talking about silvers, and now we have them.
Oh, Patty tries the bomb drop once and gives up on it.
All right, so Patty's going through the spiral cave now at the moment. Meanwhile, Dsitt is working his way through Thieves Town.
Oh, okay, I got to refresh.
Just 50 rupees on Spiral Cave, and the big key found in Thieves Town. We found one of the items in Thieves Town.
Okay, I'm caught up with you now.
Excellent. You are guaranteed to find the big key in one of these first 4 chests here in Thieves Town, and the rest of them can be basically anything. Apparently, Frog's bunny sprite is Bomberman. So there's that.
Man, Dsitt is down to 1.5 hearts again. Just took that death and... in Skullwoods. I wonder if he's going to take another one here.
It's possible. Unless you're very careful, some of the things here in Thieves Town can really get you. There's a specific hallway coming up that's infamous for trolling players. It's colloquially referred to as the Hellway.
So it looks like nothing else.
Dsitt did get the bow. I saw it happen, and then he died. And speaking of dying, so Dsitt goes down again in Thieves Town in the Hellway.
It's just a tall order with...
And it looks like Turtle Rock will be requiring Quake today.
Oh, there it is.
Which Patty just picked up.
All right.
Next door. See, I find that, leaving your key under... There's the hammer. Nice.
Man, he just needs that cane so he can go right into Turtle Rock.
Yeah. I find that leaving your key under a rock next to your front door is not really the best way to keep your house secure. Which is kind of what Turtle Rock did there.
Yeah, but when you when you think that no one really wants to go in your house anyway, maybe you're not worried about that as much.
Yeah, there is that. I imagine the owner of Turtle Rock is probably sitting there like, nah, nobody wants to break in here.
So the significant moment right here is going to be is there an item in the big chest in Thieves Town? Because
Indeed.
Dsitt does not have that hammer yet, and Patty's going to be heading to Thieves Town with that hammer, so he'll be able to pick it up if it's there. And Dsitt, of course, is down to 1 heart again.
Yep. Heading through Grasshopper Alley, and just finding a compass in that chest in the skylight room. That was not the single arrow, because the single arrow was in Link's house.
Yeah.
That was just one of the prizes you can get from the chest game. Dsitt once again down to 1 heart, after picking up a heart and then taking a little damage, but it looks like he'll make it downstairs. The downstairs area is a little safer if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And
using that hook shot to keep himself safe. Oh, it might have been nice to throw that block at the horse dude and see what the stun prize is. He's still not checking it.
Couple of pots here with some hearts in them, and that'll regain the health a little bit. So that's a +5 arrow upgrade.
Yeah. I haven't noticed whether we found the map or compass, so I don't know.
I believe we found 3 of the items.
Okay, so that's
we found the compass, but not the map.
Patty taking some damage too here, but not nearly as bad of shape as.
Yeah, Ice Rod was in the King's Tomb, so that's one thing that Patty will need to find. Rental agents charge dollars for quarters, which I suppose is true depending on what part of the world you live in.
Well, I mean, still. Well, I guess you have to convert that money, I suppose.
Right. You don't convert the quarters, though.
Right. I was thinking at first when you said that, like, because people in the U.S. might not use the word quarters for nothing, but yeah. Anyway.
Oh no, we use the word quarters.
Yeah, not commonly.
Pretty common where I'm from.
Really?
Yeah.
I think most of the time when I hear the word quarters, it's just when talking about the Bill of Rights or whatever.
Oh no, the quarter is the 25-cent piece.
Oh no! I'm talking about quarters as the pun sense.
Oh, okay. I get it.
As a place to stay.
Yeah. That's very rare.
Right. Okay. Good.
That's
now we're
very
on the
rare.
same page. All right. Man, but yeah, Dsitt taking a lot of deaths here. That's not helping him.
Yeah. The blind fight is... a lot of people will say it's pretty easy once you get it down, but that being said, it's a very specific sequence in order to get it down.
Yeah. Oh, he takes care of him. Man,
nice.
That was a
well done on that last part.
Final 3 hits. And there is an item in the chest, so let's see if it's actually something important.
Oh boy.
This could just waste Patty time, but...
Nope, just 50 rupees.
Alright.
Wasn't a huge waste of time, though.
Yeah. Not as big of a waste of time as dying multiple times, that's for sure.
So, Dsitt, 39 minutes in, picks up the first crystal of the match.
He's making a mental note that he left an item behind there.
Mm-hmm. Patty will be picking up... What?
Uh-oh, he did the, glitch. Something. Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I've seen this before.
I thought
I didn't know there was I didn't know there was a delay there.
I thought that you had to use the mirror to get that glitch or something. I don't know how that happens.
Hmm.
Oh, he got a map, but it could have been the bow or a harp or something. Not sure.
Yeah. Well, it was a very dark map.
What did he do when he entered?
I am not certain. I have not seen that with that particular setup. Hit start when you dash into the light.
Oh, you just push pause.
Apparently.
All right. I feel like it probably wasn't intentional.
It's possible it might. It's possible it wasn't intentional.
Interesting decision by Dsitt to return the smithy right away. We'll see if this pays off for him.
And Patty is heading over to the Palace of Darkness.
Which makes perfect sense, given that he's got the hammer and the bow.
So, Jay Coper, you've heard my nickname for the Palace of Darkness, haven't you?
Perhaps, probably.
Yeah. So, the nickname I have dubbed for the Palace of Darkness is the Mullet Dungeon.
Oh, yeah, because business in front and party in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, it's great. Mainly we say that because the whole thing is set up with so many keys up front just to make sure you don't key lock yourself.
Yeah.
That you really don't expect anything until you get into the back of the dungeon.
No, I'm well aware of this. This is why often, when you see me do this, I will go directly to the back as soon as I can.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pendant dungeon, notably. So
Yep.
I wonder. Patty paused for a second there, and I wonder if he was thinking about the fact that it's a pendant, and maybe he didn't have that in mind when he came here. Still, not a terrible play though. Wouldn't be surprising to see something required in here.
Also, nobody really wants to go into Palace of Darkness without the mirror.
Yeah.
It's pretty annoying without the mirror.
What's also annoying is that double switch that you can run over twice so easily. Another bottle there. How many bottles do they have?
Still just the two.
Okay, that was the second one for Patty too.
Correct. Yeah, so the dungeons do know which dungeons are which. There's a couple ways you can know that. One, you can know by the music that's playing, and the other one, if you check your map, you will see crystals and pendants in the locations where they are.
Oh wow, this really. Oh, I was gonna say this really could have been a bow in GT situation, but we've already got the bow, of course. So.
Right. Keys everywhere.
I think he'd be justified in suspecting something in here with the bow and the hammer so quickly.
Oh yeah. 5 whole items. I mean, you can't like completely discount the possibility.
No, definitely. I don't know that there is a better place to go right now, so.
Yeah. You could go to Ice Palace.
Well, they can't get in ice. They don't have a fire source.
Right. Wow. There's no fire rod, no bombos, so that's sad.
Otherwise, ice would be a great play. Hey, there's a mirror.
Hey.
That's a nice spot for it.
Yeah. So the mirror is there, and you can go. That opens up Swamp Palace.
Patty's showing off his new prize right away.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The Tower of Hera was opened when he picked up the hammer, but this makes it easier to get there.
All right, Dsitt picking up his silvers. Be interesting to see if Patty goes directly to Swamp, and if he goes to Swamp this early, is he gonna do a full clear? It could be a while before he ends up getting that Ice Rod at this point.
I might, I think I might check Desert and first, just because it's very quick check.
Sure.
And there's the cane! So I've been told that despite your the problems you may have with it, I'm told that it is in fact required to be cane. Sorry.
This pod was obviously pretty loaded here.
Mm-hmm.
Does he just have map and compass left?
It's possible.
I would certainly guess so. Is he gonna go finish up pod or Eastern and get that green pendant? No. It'd be awfully tempting if I were there.
So now that you have the Cane of Samaria, I kind of feel like doing the Mire and Desert play.
Yeah, Mire and Desert is a solid combo. Mire with the bow and silvers is not so bad. Meanwhile, he could, in theory, get all of the items he needs over there, and then, not have to look for any items in Swamp. Of course, we know that he's not going to get his
Swamp has a whole treasure trove of items.
Yeah, it could. Of course, it could also just have a bunch of garbage that takes a lot of time to gather. So.
Yep. So it's sort of a investment return sort of thing. So I like to play on Desert and Mire because Desert and Mire are going to take about the same amount of time no matter when you do them. Whereas Swamp could be much better if you're in go mode.
Right.
So the stars on the dungeons, the star on the Pendant dungeon means that it is the green pendant, meaning you can get an item from Sahasrahla for beating that. The stars on the crystals mean that they are crystals 5 and 6, which allow you to get the super bomb and blow up the Fat Fairy opening.
5 and 6 being ice and swamp here.
Yep.
So we could certainly have. Well, if Bombos is found to open ice, then Fire Rod could be at Fat Fairy. That's about it for relevant items. And besides fetch quests that lead to that.
Mm-hmm.
Seems pretty unlikely that Fat Fairy's gonna have something, given that we need that specific scenario. But it could happen.
Very well. Alright, so Dsitt picks up the hammer. I know words.
Yeah, he's probably not gonna be too happy about getting that hammer now, and he's probably got that.
He was considering Spike Cave for a second there, and decided against it.
He could do it in theory. I don't know if he has things in his bottles, but what he could do is farm fairies off of the bushes around Spike Cave, but then at the same time, he'd have to get lucky and get one.
Well, I think one of the bottles has blue goo in it. So
okay. That would probably be enough then? Yeah. It should be enough if that were the case. He doesn't just have to use all of his health there.
But what Dsitt is doing instead is going all the way around and is going to do the play on Hera without having picked up the mirror from Pod.
He will need to get the mirror eventually, of course, to enter Swamp Palace, where Patty is now, but it looks like Patty's doing the full clear here. Hopefully he... Wait, did he do the left side already? Or is he... Did he not pick up the other key? Did he just drain the key? Or flood the key,
flood the key.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's not good.
I mean, I think that pot comes back, but he doesn't have the key, so yeah.
He's gonna have to mirror out, but he's doing the right thing here and continuing to the left. Oh, he got the key? Okay. He got the key, I guess. He just didn't do the fast route.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Alright.
Yeah. Some people will do that just so they don't flood the key.
I suppose.
I'm not sure what happened on Dsitt's side. Why he's going back. Did he die?
I don't know.
Oh, no, he opened Turtle Rock. I remember now.
Oh, that's an interesting play.
Yeah, he opened Turtle Rock and then decided to go back up and do Hera.
Yeah. Opening Turtle Rock now when you had nothing else to do in Dark Warrior probably doesn't sound like the most efficient routing there.
Yeah, not the world's best.
Alright, now Patty's got the other key. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
took the
interesting.
safe route.
Yeah. Interesting to see someone put off that first key. I don't think most people do that when they have the hook shot right away, but it could have been safe to prevent himself from flooding the key.
So, Patty will be coming up on Argus pretty soon. A few more chests to check before then. And it looks like the Tower of Hera is in fact fire source locked, but luckily he has the lamp.
Yeah, he's got that lamp.
There's another bee in a bottle, so that's the third bottle that we've seen.
Oh.
Dsitt trying to take a break and not pulling it out.
Patty just
skipping that chest.
interesting. Does he have just the big key?
I think it's just big key and one of the 2 dungeon items, yeah.
Or no, two dungeon items, because there's one at Argus
right.
and one at the big chest then.
Right.
Well, if that's the case, props to him for the counting.
Alright, so Tempered Sword Argus, pretty easy. Just grab them, slash them, stick them in a stew.
Patty looks unsure if he should actually use the sword on these guys or not. There we go. Now he's going after them. He's gonna get a 2 cycle there. Hopefully just a 2 cycle. You gotta grab these guys. Uh-oh.
That puffball is just not cooperating.
Setting up for the silver kill. Don't let him hit
almost.
You, oh, close.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Easy every time.
Yep, there's the compass, so it looks like he may have done some excellent counting and made his way out of Swamp Palace with the crystal in tow. So that's the second crystal for Patty. Patty goes up 2-1 in crystal count. And Dsitt will be getting his second crystal pretty shortly.
And second item is at Moldorm, I guess.
Yep. There's the room of disappointment.
All right.
Compass in one, map in the other. Feels great. And by that I mean not.
I hope Dsitt hit the switch and has the cards
Bombos! Bombos is the required medallion for Mire, which means we will not be going into Mire at the moment.
Huh. Oh, well,
unless
could
of course
be it right here.
Bombos. So you remember when I said I liked the Mire and Turtle and Desert play? Turns out not necessarily possible.
But it's still a play in a sense because at least he's gained that information.
Very true. Yeah, the only pedestal hype left really would be Bombos.
Yeah, since Skullwoods is a pendant, Fire Rod can't be there.
Yep. So our pedestal hype level is roughly, I'm gonna say 3% at the moment. But
Interesting to see Patty checking Ganon before Desert. It's nice in a way to do it just so that you don't forget, because when I finish Desert, I sometimes get in the mode of need to leave this area, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure it'd be faster to do it.
And you know, if you can check that and it just happens to be Bombos, then you're happy.
Oh, he's mirroring into the front of Desert. That's odd.
Yep, that is one way of doing it.
Yeah, I don't think it's faster though. It doesn't really allow you to abuse the mirror as much.
Yeah, it's not something I'd recommend, but it is one way of doing it, and we have been made aware that Patty will do things in the way that Patty will do things today.
₹20 there.
Yep, so there's one of the two items here in Desert Palace. This
Patty...
is not going to turn out well for you.
No, it's not. This is the second chest in a row that you checked without the big key. There you go. The more times you read it, it's not going to change anything.
There it is.
Alright.
This time the bonk against the wall does work, because you're a little closer to the object in question. Does not work in the library. So Dsitt's making his way through Palace of Darkness, going to pick up the veritable treasure trove of items in there. We get the mirror and the cane of Samaria.
Yeah. Good play by Dsitt at this point, but again, not sure where else he could have gone. Oh man, Desert is a bust, that's for sure. But he's still got a good crystal up here.
So yeah, Desert. Wait. So every single one of our pendant dungeons was required in some way. You had to visit them.
What are we looking at here? Surprised. Where is Patty gonna go next?
Well,
did Dsitt deliver the big chest, or the purple chest? I mean, not big chest.
I'm not sure.
And he didn't do the pegs, so that's possible.
Right.
But otherwise, we've got the green pendant in Eastern.
Yeah.
Was there an item left there at Armors?
There was not.
Okay.
So it's just the pendant. Yeah, Eastern had mitts, boots, and ether.
Oh yeah, they can go into T-Rock, and they might not be able to go very far, but they can check at least one chest in Turtle Rock.
Yep. And when that chest is the fire rod, it feels real bad. Because it really actually could be.
I applaud whenever there's a fire rod in Turtle Rock. I would love to see that happen.
Gross. Or like Bombos in that first chest. And then you have to go to Mire.
No. You want Bombos on the laser bridge, but the big you know, you need to go back to the first place to get a key or something. Well, actually, I don't know if that would work.
And so Dsitt picks up the cane.
Yep.
And so that's gonna even up some of the score. The ice rod was in the King's Tomb, which
Let's
is
see where Patty heads next.
So Patty's sitting here thinking, do I really have to make this play?
He's going to Hera.
Really gonna happen?
He's gonna go to Hera next. He's got the mirror, so he can go up the fast way.
Yep.
And he can pick up that cane of Birna.
That's true.
So it seems like the Spike Cave is a pretty likely play for him after Hera.
Yeah. And for all we know,
oh, nice.
That could have a thing. Spike Cave is a real option at this point.
I've never seen that. Oh, he's doing Spike Cave first. All right, then.
All right.
He didn't pick up the cane of Birna that was sitting right there.
He did not. But he has a blue goo.
Yeah, it'd just be nice to not use the blue potion. And
or just not use it at all.
Does he have a fairy?
Nope.
Little oversight there, Patty. It's all right. You'll get him next time.
That is one way of doing it.
That was nice how he did the impressive bomb walk up the stairs here, and then. Is this as easy as it looks? I want to try that.
Is it just pick up a bomb and go?
Yeah, looks that way. Hopefully this time he picks up that blue cane. Maybe he should just go to Hera first, of course. All right, I don't want to say of course, but that seems like the obvious play.
Ooh, Dsitt takes a death over in the Mire area. It looked like.
Yeah, did the murder dactyl get him?
Yeah, that's what they do. They're not called murder dactyls for nothing.
I think is it not the case that in Hyrule the bird of peace is not a dove, but one of those myrtledactyls?
Not last time I checked. I will have to check with the Board of Ornithologists. Okie dokie, so.
What is the tracker missed? Did Patty pick up that blue cane?
I know it's birds. He was talking about birds apiece.
They both have Brian? Did Dsitt pick up Brian? He didn't have the mirror when he was up on Death Mountain. How would he have... You know, Dsitt definitely does not have Brian. Don't lie to people. Come on now.
Yeah. But Patty did pick up the cane of Brian, yes.
Alright.
So Dsitt is making the play on Swamp Palace. Gonna go through quite a few locations.
Yeah.
All to get not much.
Right. And Patty's getting his not much here.
Yep. So there's a whole lot of not much going on. So, what do you think? Do you think we see Fire Rod or Bombos first?
That's a good question.
So Bombos locks Misery Mire.
I'm thinking Bombos. I like the Bombos and Turtle Rock call. I've seen that happen recently. And the question then is if you get Bombos first, or if you get Bombos, where do you go first?
Do you go to Ice or do you go to Mire? Right?
Yep. Exactly.
I think I go to Mire.
Right.
Just as a rule.
Right, because they seem like fairly equally weighted, even though Ice has 3 items to Mire's 2. But, you know, getting the big key in Mire could be a near full clear, whereas you might want to go mode Ice and not have to pick up any items there.
Right. The difference between go mode Mire and go mode Ice, or go mode Mire and go mode Ice and normal Ice, is quite a bit different.
Right. Of course, it seems unlikely that Patty's gonna go mode either of them, but he could go get his. It depends when he finds Bombos, I guess, or when he finds Bombos or Fire Rod. So this is all speculation right now, of course. But if something's in this cave right here, then he's probably not going to be getting that Ice Rod for a while.
He still has to check the Flanctuary items before he can get that Ice Rod. That's the real problem here.
All right, he's probably going to make it this time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like draining the full magic bar. Okay, there he's saving a little.
Just a piece of heart. Yep, and I did get confirmation from looking at Dsitt's screen there that Patty did in fact make the correct count in Swamp Palace.
Is this our first sick kid check? An hour 7 in.
Just 20 rupees.
Yeah.
Goodness. Trolling for days. So, I'm thinking, I don't believe Patty has done any of the chain involving the blacksmiths.
Yeah, he might do that right now. It seems pretty likely.
Blacksmith and, wait a minute, what? Oh, okay. Getting some magic. Nice. So blacksmith, you could do magic bat, you could do peg cave, you could do the purple chest.
Tries the spin speed twice and gives up on it. This is why I don't even try it, even if I could do it. It's just, you got to be accurate at it, otherwise it's just going to cost you time to attempt it.
Yeah, so correct me if I'm wrong, but the trick there is you hold the spin, and then on the exactly 1 frame after you release the spin, you hit the A button.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know the exact timing, but yeah, you kind of slide from B to A. So, Dsitt is coming back into Swamp, huh? So he skipped the left side.
Looks like it.
Man, Patty's route through Swamp worked out for him in the end.
Sure did.
Even if it wasn't as efficient as it could have been, it was still good.
Alright, so Patty is working on Magic Bat.
I wonder if have we seen the cave south of the Grove? Or
I don't believe we have.
Yeah, it looks like with this route here that he's skipping it unless he does something different. Well, he could come back for the chest, I guess. Oh, never mind. His warp is still there. He just has to go through the peg to get it again. So this is fine. Not the usual order I'm used to seeing things, but I don't think it's anything. Yep. Everything's fine. You can still check everything.
Once again, a big 20 from those blacksmiths. We are quickly running out of options for this fire rod. Not to mention the bombos that is required to get into Misery Mire.
Oh, Patty's gonna flute with the chest. Interesting.
Yep. So gonna bypass that cave. Ouch, you jerk. And a piece of heart from the purple chest. Alright, so Patty's now going to go possibly check the north side Dark World items. And this will likely lead Patty to pick up that ice rod.
Yeah. Again, we'll see which order he does things in and what he finds, but very well could get him the ice rod.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't just go look at Bumper Cave and then like mirror to get the bonk rocks and then
Well, the bonk rocks are done, I think, right? Or no, are they not?
not for Patty.
Oh, that's right. He didn't ever go up there. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I guess he's not even gonna check Bumper Cave. That's okay.
Yeah. I could understand.
You don't have the cape.
Not doing that until you get the cape. There's some argument for that, but of course it's always nice to know if you find the cape if that's go mode.
I like a lot of early knowledge.
Yeah.
Like if I get the book, I am figuring out whatever way I can excuse myself to go get a pedestal check in, because I'm just like, if it is a pedestal and I know it and my opponent does it, I am feeling great.
$100 behind the graveyard.
So once again, running out of locations. Have we seen pyramid catfish?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I like to put pyramid off if I can, just to see if it's going to be able to be done with the
Like with the
with
fat
big
fairy,
bomb.
if you can.
Yeah. But at this point, it seems like a pretty solid play to go to the pyramid and the catfish, and it looks like Patty is probably heading that direction.
Yep.
Alright, let's see
Which
if
one does he do first?
Yeah.
We don't know. This is Patty we're talking about. Looks like he's doing catfish.
Which makes sense. The question is what he'll do after catfish if this turns up empty.
Yep. So yeah, Patty is approximately a couple items, or one dungeon ahead, really. He's got Desert done. Dsitt is
Oh no, he's going back for that right away.
going back into the Thieves' Town big chest. I don't believe anyone has checked the Grove Ledge.
I don't think so, because Dsitt took a while to get his mirror. And Patty just hasn't gone that way.
So Patty's now running back down from Catfish to go to the pyramid, it looks like.
Seems reasonable.
I believe the people who leave money behind are the people who already have 1,135 money. Though if this is real life, 1,135, that'll last you like a week.
Just a heart container on the ledge. Is he gonna pick it up? Looks like it.
Yeah.
Try to.
Free heart container. Not too out of the way.
I expect him to use that mirror, but where is he going? Alright. Now Dsitt's about to do the stuff that Patty's already done. Wait, did Dsitt do the pegs? Maybe he did the pegs before the...
Yeah, I think he might have already done it.
Yeah. Alright. Okay, logical play here by Patty. Let's see what's in here.
Ledge is Bombos!
Alright.
So yes, Bombos is happening first. Patty with the frustration grabs, and Dsitt's going to get it at the exact, or almost the exact same time. We're going to have ourselves a race to go clear out either Mire or Ice Palace.
Yeah, of course. Patty does have the lead with the dungeon advantage, and
Right.
No one can blame Dsitt for finishing out this here. Well, why didn't he flute from the light world there? He doesn't. I guess he could get the book from.
Yep. If he thinks he can get the book
chest
from this, he could go do the Bombos tablet, but that's going to be unfortunate for him. All right, so the pedestal hype is officially dead. We are on to Misery Mire. We could find the fire rod somewhere in here.
Yeah, I mean, Fire Rod has to be either in here or in ice, pretty much.
Or that one chest in
Yeah, or could be the green pendant, or it could be
the Fat Fairy.
Yep, Fat Fairy. That's the other thing I was gonna say.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that the fire rod is going to be in that one chest in Ice Palace. You know what chest I'm talking about, right?
The one at the very bottom?
The one that's off by itself. That's really hard to get to.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the worst spot for the big key.
Yeah. Fire rod can be laser bridge turtle rock.
Yeah, I guess if
guess
Fire
that's
Rod
possible.
If Fire Rod is laser bridge, there can't be any keys at the in the hookshot room, maybe?
Right.
Or
You'd have to have
you know, above the Fire Rod room.
Yeah, you'd have to have keys for days. And there'd have to be enough keys to keep you from key locking yourself.
Right.
But yeah, I think if you avoid putting any keys in there, you should be good. Now that being said, Patty picked up the cape as the first item here in Misery Mire. And there's the second, just a piece of heart. So Bumper Cave is live, and I don't think either player has checked Bumper Cave.
Could it technically have one, Andy? I don't think it can technically have one. Because you can open all the doors. And you could get yourself... Oh yeah, it could have one. Well... Huh. I'm not sure.
Patty pulling off the one-cycle lamp lighting in this room.
Always interesting to see it done with lamp.
Yeah, I don't
Used to having Fire Rod.
I don't think you can one-cycle it when you don't have the boots.
Oh, you can one cycle. You have to like push the blocks at the top first, but you can one cycle it
okay.
otherwise. And doing it just for the compass. That's a disappointment.
So what I've just revealed is that I am just bad at the game, and I should get good.
Powder is an amazing thing.
Oh yeah, I love me the powder. It's my favorite item in the game, and not entirely because, as I just mentioned, I'm bad at the game. Now, Patty is doing a slightly different route here. Patty is checking the big chest. Reasonably certain Patty already has both items, however, so not sure what Patty intends to gain here. Or just not even bothering.
Well,
Right.
I don't think he has the big key. He should have come to this chest first, because that's the big key, and then gone to the big chest. Is he going to leave the big chest behind? Is there another item in here? I don't...
No, there's not another item.
Oh, okay.
Which was why I was concerned.
I didn't see the second item. I saw the piece of heart at the one chest. I don't know what the other one was.
Okay. Yeah, it was the cape.
Oh, the cape was in here? Okay.
Yeah, it's the magic cape in the spike cave, or the spike floor.
Well, we haven't seen a bumper cave checked by either player.
I don't believe so. So if the fire rod is there, people are going to be kicking themselves.
Yeah, I would certainly be pretty tempted to head up there before I go to Ice Palace.
Yep. That one little glimmer of hope that says I might not have to full clear ice. Patty attempting the cane dash strats, but didn't happen.
You can see the item that's on the bumper cave without the cape. You just can't actually.
That is true. Oh, okay. So we are being told that Dsitt did in fact check bumper cave at one point, and it was just an arrow or bomb upgrade. But I'm pretty sure Patty has not checked it, so Patty might waste a little time doing that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Oh no, that's not a good fall. Not that there are generally good falls, but.
All right, so Patty is going to unleash the silver machine gun on Vitreous here, taking down those eyeballs with quite a bit of skill, getting 0 cycle Vitreous.
It's pretty fun to fight Vitreous that way. It's too bad it's not possible in vanilla.
I mean, who plays this game vanilla anymore?
I mean, I can't say that I do. Then I don't play many games vanilla these days.
Sounds legit to me. So, Patty will be heading out over to Ice Palace. So we're doing the Ice Palace. Dsitt is pretty close. He's still got Desert Palace to do. His crash, I think he's behind by more than his crash cost him.
Oh, definitely. He lost more time to dying than to his crash. I wouldn't say his crash was a couple minutes. That's like maybe a minute.
Apparently, it was a power surge, according to the SRL chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't hop in the race channel because I wasn't planning on commentating this race.
Right. Alright, so Dsitt will be going into Desert Palace.
It'd be quite surprising to me at this point if Fire Rod is not in ice.
Yep.
Sometimes the game throws you a curveball, though.
I've seen some Fire Rod Ice Palace before. I've seen Fire Rod in that one chest in Ice Palace, which is why I made that prediction. All right, so Patty's coming up on a
He's not going to bomb
complete
jump.
non-attempt at the Ice Palace bomb jump. I was going to say one of the more impressive looking and pretty useful tricks in the game, the Ice Palace bomb jump, but it's not going to happen on Patty's side because, as we have been shown over and over, Patty does things the way Patty wants to do things.
Alright, let's see which direction he goes here. Going left first.
Yep. On account of not having a key, I think that's pretty much it. You could fall down at the top, but then you'd be missing this chest.
Right, but you can come back for this chest later. This still might be the fastest one to get to, if you just want to go for one thing. And
I learned a pointless bomb jump to go across that gap in that room.
I think there are a lot of interesting bomb jumps in ice that have very specific purposes. Used pretty rarely.
There's the big key.
Do we see an item in the first chest in ice? Still waiting on 2 more?
Think so. Might be waiting on 3 more because he's got all the dungeon items.
Oh, does he? Yeah. So, oh man, it's items in the 3 most annoying spots, I guess.
Yep, the big chest, Cold Stare himself, and hashtag that one chest.
Gonna clip through the blocks here with the hook shot.
Yep, it's a pretty neat little trick.
Pretty easy to do.
Just 50 rupees in the big chest. So now Patty will be heading around.
Yep. I guess he knew what he was doing when he didn't bomb jump at first, since it ended up being faster. And he's got the Cane of Samaria.
Maybe some of that internalized pessimism toward the seed. Here it is, hashtag that one chest. And it's just a piece of heart. So Cold Stare.
Cold Stare with Fire Rod?
The way to go.
Patty not using his hook shot? Come on, buddy.
Yep, the hook shot makes that room easier to go in that direction.
For sure. So what is Dsitt gonna do next? Is he gonna head straight to ice?
It's entirely possible.
He's gonna go do Agina first, because he hasn't been there.
Yep. So,
if he were to decide to take a chance and do something else first, and Fire Rod is not at Cold Stare, that gives him opportunity to make up a little bit of time, but not much. Like if you were to make a play for Turtle Rock or something. Oh, the map check.
Sometimes you fat finger the X button. What are you gonna do?
It's hard to envision a scenario where Dsitt does catch up, though. But I guess you never know what'll happen.
It is entirely possible. All right, Patty doing a pretty good job of getting Cold Stare into a corner, but nobody keeps Cold Stare in a corner, and he gets out pretty quickly.
But he's got Temper. That helps quite a bit in this fight.
Tempered Sword will deal quite a bit of damage to Cold Stare, and Cold Stare drops the mushroom.
Oh man,
Oh,
gotta check that immediately.
oh wow.
Oh, Dsitt is cleaning up some of these mirror locations that he didn't have a chance to go to yet.
Very true. I imagine pyramid catfish will happen as well. Mushroom for book, tablets. Oh my goodness. That's gross. What's wrong with you people? I love it.
I mean, they don't even have the shovel yet.
Just
Bombs.
bombs.
Interesting.
So no progression. No progression from Ice Palace.
So is it going to be Turtle Rock or Eastern for Patty next?
Oh. My. I think it's gonna be Fat
Oh,
Fairy.
Fat Fairy. Fat Fairy, that's the logical play. Alright, good call there. Looks like Dsit's gonna get some potions before heading off to Ice.
Alright, so Patty's going up to the pyramid with the bomb. We're gonna see what's in here. Double-chested fairy room.
What is he doing? Oh, I guess he's gonna do super speed into the hole. I don't think that's worth the menu, but...
And just a whole lot of diddly.
Just a bust, yeah.
Yeah.
So, off to Eastern.
Find a bust in the double-chested fairy room, and we're off to do something. We're either going to go to Eastern Palace, or we're going to go to Turtle Rock and just hope it's there.
Or what does he have left? Did he skip something else?
We will find out shortly. Like I said, I don't think he checked the bumper cave.
Oh, yep, that could be it.
So he's going to go look at that. Turtle Rock can have the fire rod in various locations. It just can't be in that room behind the torches.
Yeah.
Fire rod can't be at pedestal because Skull Woods is a pendant. Right. So he finds the 10 bomb upgrade on the bumper cave, and now he's just scratching his head. What do I do? I also believe they only found... No. I was going to say, I thought they found only one item in Skullwoods, but I think they found two.
I think if I'm in this situation, I want to go to Eastern first and just finish it off quick, because the time that you dedicate to that, it isn't that much relative to the time that having to like make two trips up Death Mountain would be.
Patty is making the YOLO play.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. He might... I wonder if he feels behind, or if he feels like, you know, this is the only place. Maybe he's forgetting about the green pendant.
Yeah,
but
it's very possible he feels behind. You know, he had the death and spike cave and a lot of other random things that will make you feel like you're losing.
Yeah, he has almost full cleared the game at this point, so couldn't blame him too much if he does feel some behind.
Oh.
Then again, the logic probably might prejudice the fire rod towards being in Turtle Rock as opposed to at the green pendant. So
So Dsitt is doing the Ice Palace bomb jump.
He did, and that's gonna end up costing him a little bit of time in here if he full clears all the items. Alright, well, we'll quickly find out if Turtle Rock is Fire Rod blocked at least.
That is true. I imagine we'll find a small key in that first chest just to make things more interesting.
It's not a straight comparison like that to say that there's 6 items in Turtle Rock, because a lot of the items in Turtle Rock are going to be Fire Rod blocked if the Fire Rod is here. So it's not a 6 versus 1 comparison like that either.
Yeah, the odds are much smaller than you think they are, but they can still be there.
Right. Like, this is the only chest that Patty can open right now. And it has to be either the Fire Rod or a small key to continue. And it's half magic. He's just gonna go.
And he's going.
It's a little frustrated. It looks like Green Pendant is the answer.
Wow. So Salas Rala holding on to the goods today.
At least Patty has seemingly remembered that this is where he needs to go.
Yep. So now he's thinking, what if I'd have just mirrored after pod and just did this? I could have saved myself some grief. But of course, you can't be really thinking like that, because that's more of a results-oriented play.
Yeah. It certainly would have been like the fastest way to check all spots, but there's always the argument of checking, doing an optimal full clear strategy versus just going to the places with the most spots to check. So, probably the most reasonable thing to do was just leave and come back here later, because it doesn't take much time to run back up to Eastern when you've got the flute and the gloves.
Right. Yeah, one thing that you learn when you're doing randomizer is you want to make the play that, minimizes your expected time overall. And if that turns out to be the wrong play this time, that doesn't mean it wasn't the right play to make in the first place.
Right. Yep. Yeah, that's kind of that's a theme with randomizers. It's all about luck. Please don't die, Patty. But
I thought that spaghetti was going to troll him for a second there.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, there you go. Powder is a good idea.
Yeah, you powder one of these anti-fairies and get yourself some health. Yeah! This room coming up, I've heard it referred to as Marble Madness.
Dsitt is heading into Cold Stare here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what he decides to do after he leaves there. If he heads straight to Eastern, that's a little time gained for him. Please don't die again.
Mm-hmm.
God. Oh, down to 2 hearts. He cannot hit one of those puffs. He switched to the cape, but there's a delay before after you switch to the cape.
Oh, but he's got a fairy.
He does have the fairy. That's nice. But still, it would have been nice to use that cape and not have to use the ferry.
Cape strats can be pretty great if you need them. Alright, so Patty will be walking into Sahasrara. And there's the fire rod!
Yay! He seems quite pleased.
Today's Go Mode brought to you by Sahasrara's Pendants Are Us.
Where we only like the green ones.
Yep. If you're happy and you know it, bonk 3 times.
Oh, I think we've all seen plenty of people who are actually way out in front, do things that you know, to express how upset they are.
Oh yeah.
Patty certainly couldn't have known, you know, the troubles that Dsitt would have in his own right.
So Dsitt's doing the Fat Fairy now. Gonna mirror into Turtle Rock. That was an interesting play there. Had the mirror there on Turtle Rock the whole time.
Yep, saved him a few steps.
Yep. Alright, so Patty is in actual go mode and will be making their way to the end of Turtle Rock and then on to Ganon's Tower. There's the big key and the small key, which is kind of what you expect here. I mean, you at least expect a small key.
Right, we were guaranteed a small key for sure.
And of course, the big key being there means you can just skip that middle chest where the big key normally is, and hope to get a chest, a key in another chest.
Dsitt never did escape. Oh, he's got the one chest in the
Dark
middle.
escape. Oh
Yep.
man.
Yeah, he's got several things that he hasn't done, so it could be a while before he gets to Eastern.
So yeah, earlier on when Patty, you know, blindly felt his way through to that dark chest, we were saying that it wasn't worth anything. It was just 10 arrows, but you don't want to have that hanging over your head, and this is where it comes back to bite you. That was a very nice chain jump room by Patty as well, and we'll be heading over to the room with all of the anti-fairies you could stand.
Damn. Having tempered and half magic in Turtle Rock is pretty nice.
Nice, nice bunny sprite for Luigi there. It's the 8-bit Luigi.
I think everyone appreciates that. Oh, Dsitt is going straight to Eastern.
All right, so Dsitt will probably make up a little bit of time here.
Probably
possibly
not
enough
time, but
yeah, well, possibly enough that a costly mistake by Patty could allow him to catch up.
Patty's skipping the big chest. That could come back to bite him.
Skipping the big chest is not something I necessarily recommend, but it could work, and it could not. Let's see. There's the red mail.
So he's got to hope for it. I mean, two things going on here. He's got to hope for a key on the bridge, or otherwise he's got to work his way back up there and get the key out of the big chest. And if he had got a small key out of the big chest, then he would be able to avoid the laser bridge completely. So
altogether, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
it's not a whole lot of time to go check that big chest, and you gain a lot from doing it. So Unless you are like supremely awesome at doing laser bridge, which
That's a pretty nice skip for sure.
I mean, I see no evidence to the contrary.
Yeah. But he needs the key to be here for this to even work. Uh-oh. We're down to like a 50-50 here.
One chest left. Does it have the key?
Oh,
it does!
Just hop in the... There you go. The laser bridge, or the eye laser did it for us.
So Patty is getting rid of a bee in hopes of catching a fairy, it looks like.
Alright, Dsitt's gonna get his green pendant just now.
Mm-hmm. They'll be heading over to Sazrala to pick up that fire rod. Patty trying to set up the zero, well, what would normally be the zero cycle Trinex if you had the gold sword.
Well, no, you can. I think you can zero cycle him with the temperate if you do the back strats. You just have to be super fast. And
Patty having some issues with the ice rod. The ice rod is notoriously finicky with its shots. It's way slower than the fire rod, and you know, Trinex's head is smaller than it looks.
He might have to use a potion here if he's got one. But
I believe he does, but he's fine.
Yeah, and he's got the fairy on backup, so he'll use that for life if he happens to take a hit from Trinex here. Meanwhile, Dsitt's in go mode.
Oh, and gets the pretty quick strat there. I think that's what you go for. You go for the double spin and then the slash.
Yeah, that's what I go for. I'm pretty happy if Trinex doesn't make that second turn up the wall.
Seems pretty good to me. And Patty gets the 7th crystal, fills up the magic and the hearts. Meanwhile, Dsitt has entered go mode. He did go to Sazrala, right?
Yep.
Okay.
This is where people put numbers in chat.
Yep. I'm told that numbers happen. I believe I am contractually obligated to predict Bob's chest every time on account of what my name is.
Makes sense.
Yep. A little piece of trivia I found out the other day. So which chest number is tile room usually?
22.
Yep. How many tiles are in the formation?
Is it 22?
It is.
Ooh. Spooky.
I know, right?
Is he gonna go right side right away? He sure is.
Looks like he is.
I approve of the play.
Yep. It's not too far. It's not too bad a check.
Wonder if he was tempted to do the tie room. Doesn't feel that far behind. I mean, if you full cleared the game, you just hope your opponent also full cleared the game and maybe had a little more trouble than you did, which is kind of what happened here, except I don't know that Dsitt actually full cleared everything.
Yeah, he did skip a couple of things, I think, that Patty went and checked, but I don't think it was that close in particular.
Alright.
So, Patty having a little trouble with the Samaria strats, but managing to get through this room. And the 4th bottle.
Patty not grabbing the key at the bottom despite having 0 keys, but he should be okay. You know, the game accounts for...
There's the butter sword on the torch.
Nice.
And rip me. Yeah, that is kind of interesting. The butter sword, I believe, didn't melt because it was butter churned in the fires of hell.
Not sure what Patty's still looking for now. You've got the big key.
You've
Not
got
sure
butter,
what...
you've got silvers, you've got red mail. What are you doing?
I think that's number 8 for big key.
Let's
Call it 8.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep,
it was 8. If torch was 7, then yeah.
There are definitely few items that could help him there. What is he?
I think the only thing I would have wanted there is mirror shield, so I could walk right up to the mimics and shoot them in the face.
Yeah, it's always fun.
And mimics go down. So Patty will be making his way up the tower here. Getting that key dash. So for those of you who don't know, dashing through a locked door has nothing to do with your how lined up you are with the edges of the door. It has to do with how far away you are from the door. You have to be, I think it's a multiple of 4 pixels away from the door when you start your dash.
Right.
And then you can go through.
Right. And it sounds like it might sound tough to line up a multiple of 4 pixels away, but it's actually really easy in a lot of scenarios because you can just, either if you do it directly from a doorway when you enter a room, or if you just push up against an object, those will both work for setting up a key dash.
Because I believe all the tiles in the game are like 8x8, so setting up on like an exact tile will get you there, or yeah, as you mentioned, dashing directly from the door when it's right across will work. So Dsitt going through the dark room in Turtle Rock. 16 by 16? Alright. I stand corrected in my pixels.
I still think it's every 4 pixels.
Yeah.
Because it's about the fact that the dash moves 4 pixels per frame. Dsitt is lagging again, but then he just moved, so maybe he's okay.
Yeah. It's possible. Hopefully we won't be seeing a forfeit. Patty barely dodging that fire bar. Just kind of the way you want to do it. And heading into the next room.
Yeah, Patty's in really good shape here.
Oh. Whew.
Oh, he wasn't even close to a despawn.
Okay. See, I don't know the timing on that, so...
Yeah, it's pretty generous. For 2 on the bombs. Just gives up and puts it against the wall.
Just like, you know, sometimes you just gotta jump right up in their face. Alright, Dsitt has returned and is on the Trinex fight now.
We just didn't get to see his awesome laser bridge skips, which I'm sure were amazing.
Yep. And Patty is taunting the validation chest and bonking the validation chest and moving on.
Dsitt losing frames again. That's not good.
Yeah, it's possible that his area may be experiencing some power troubles.
At this point, there's certainly no need for Patty to open the validation chest. There's nothing that could help him in the Ganon fight that he could pick up there, so...
We do not shame people for not validating their run. Patty is
some flute strats on Aghanim. It's curious. Is he trying to work up the times fluted counter?
Could be. He's done a little bit to up the bonk counter. And there we go. Patty takes down Aghanim 2. Just a whole ton of those flutes there. It was a disconcerting amount of fluting. Alright, so Patty will be jumping down into the Ganon fight. This is Gold Sword, Red Mail, Silver Arrows Ganon. This should be no trouble at all.
You know, you say that. I found that sometimes you can take a little spill on Ganon, even with all the resources.
Yeah, a bad recoil that you weren't expecting can knock you into the hole.
Yeah, usually it happens to me is that, like, I expect to hit him with a sword or an arrow, and then I don't, and then he shoots a fire bat and knocks me in.
Yeah, that'll do it for you. Patty quickly making it to phase 3 of the Ganon fight. Did we find the arrows in Death Mountain? You bet we did, and here we go. There's one silver arrow shot to Ganon's face. Torch glitch acquired. And Patty trying to set up the triple.
Yeah, he's not going to get a triple, not with that walking before the shot.
Yeah. But gets the double pretty easily. And there goes Ganon. Down goes Ganon. We notice Dsitt making his way now into Ganon's tower. And Patty has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 51 seconds. GG to Patty. We can see if we can get Patty up in here. The Seed apologizing to Patty for all it did to him.
I'm sorry. I don't know if I've seen that before. It's But Your Princess is Another Castle. Yes, I've seen that. Okay. I think it's funnier with just the I'm sorry.
Yeah, it should just be I'm sorry. Sorry for all that Seed has done to you, and I hope you hold no grudge against me. Oh, but we do, Randomizer. We hold quite a grudge against you.
All right, I'm sure we'll have Patty in here shortly. I'm trying to find the race channel, and I can't figure out which one it is. Are you in there?
I am. It is
what's
SRL G0XBO.
Oh, it's way up there. Got it.
Alright, so Dsitt making his way through the gauntlet. And there he is. Let me see if we can get it. Hey, Patty, GG, how you doing?
I need to pee.
Go for it, man. We can
I
wait
can
for
talk. I can talk first.
Hey, congrats on the win.
Thank you very much.
I am guessing you are a bit surprised, probably.
I'm a bit annoyed. I don't know if that's surprised.
Yeah,
I'm never surprised by randomizers anymore, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just numb.
No, I just meant after full clearing everything that maybe you're a little surprised that you won and that he hasn't finished yet, but
yeah. I don't know. I'm not too surprised about that just because double dipping back into Eastern for the Pendant of Courage is such a last thing you would do, like, ever. Unless you knew you were super far behind. I actually didn't even think about it until I was like, crap, is this going to be a blind pedestal pull? I guess I could start with Pendant of Courage and check Shalarsh first. Thank God.
Right. Pedestal was confirmed out of play once you found Bombos because Skullwoods was
yeah, that's true.
So no. It was just green pendant that still could have been an issue, and of course it was.
Of course.
Yep.
The last thing that can be an issue always is. At least for me. I'm cursed. Any seed I'm involved with is just awful. Like, people get these like 90-minute times, and I'm like, I want that. This is actually the first randomizer seed in terms of just open randomizers that I've done that's taken less than 2 hours in like weeks.
Yeah, okay, congrats on
the two. Yeah, the you had to go into every single dungeon in the game. All the pendant dungeons had something.
Yeah. Notably, both Pod and Eastern were pendants, so in theory Bo could have been in Turtle Rock, but instead both those dungeons had like all the items in the game. So
yeah, I felt pretty good. I don't know why, but a big moment was going into Skullwoods and getting the bow. I don't even remember what the other item was. It was useful as well, I think. Powder, maybe? I don't know.
I think it was a shield.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It definitely was. Not so useful. But getting the bow there for some reason was like, yes. Yes, I went somewhere kind of out of the way-ish and found a thing I really needed. Feels good.
I mean, Skullwoods has sort of become the meme play of V26.
Mm-hmm. When is V27? I'm looking forward to not this one.
I'm guessing sometime within the next few weeks, and I'm thinking maybe it'll happen like between the Swiss and the groups.
Yeah.
That's just my speculation. I don't.
If it doesn't happen, everyone can message Jay Cober with angry hate mail.
Well, I'm okay with that either way.
There you go.
Even if it does happen, just send me hate mail. Any mail is good mail.
Please, just send me mail.
It's like, I need human contact. No, anyway. So, yeah, if there is a logic change in the tournament, it will come after the Swiss round. So even if they release V27 before the end of the Swiss rounds, we will still be seeing V26.
Have they said it would be after the Swiss round? I haven't seen that statement, but that's possible. I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah. So I know the rules, as far as the tournament goes, they're going to stick with the same logic for each of the rounds as they begin.
Have they said that? Did they change the rules? I know the rules have said that the tournament would use the logic as it gets updated on the site. I don't know if there was something changed after.
I think I remember reading that it would stop after each of the phases. So like,
okay,
the entire Swiss would use one thing, and then the group stage would use one thing, and then the brackets would use one thing. But I could be making that up, so I will look it up to be sure.
Yeah, I know where to find those rules too, if I wanted to. But either way, yeah. Congrats on that win there, Patty. Your opponent had several costly deaths. I think you were aware that he had his
Power Surge, right?
Yeah.
What did that do? Because now I feel like I cheated.
No, not really. He had to go back to his last save, but the only thing that he lost in that save was he had already rescued the old man, so he had to do that again.
Okay.
On Death Mountain. So it wasn't near the time difference that is showing between you guys. It was just the fact that he died in several places, and maybe his routing was a little less efficient than you. He went into Thieves Town without the hammer, and then went back in there later and checked the big chest before doing some of the other stuff in the end that both of you did. But then again, at the same time, you could say that maybe after the power surge, he just...
I was gonna say, his mental state might have changed.
Yeah.
I think he would have kicked my butt if he hadn't had a power surge. I say you give him the win. Get me out of this. Dear God, give me the loss. GG, and that does
Dsitt finishes. Dsitt has finished with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 3 seconds.
Not bad. GG's, Dsitt, my dude.
So, from the official tournament document, the latest version of the VT8 randomizer will be used at the beginning of each stage of the tournament. That means subsequent stages may use an updated version.
Yep, okay. Yep, thanks, you and for Iceman for looking that up.
Y'all the best.
Yeah, I mean, I just wasn't too worried about it because if we're on this version, just play with it for now. It's not like I'm gonna change the amount that I practice the version or something based on how long it's gonna be around. So
very true.
Before I go, I would just like to say that I'm very, very tired of messing up in the stupid spike cave.
All right, let's
like that meme to end.
Yeah, let's pull Dsitt in here and get talking together.
Hey.
Oh my God, I can hear you guys this time.
Hello.
Hello. GG, Patty.
GG, Dsitt. Sorry about your power, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's alright. Luckily, I just saved and quit right beforehand, so, I mean, just a quick hard reset, and then I didn't lose really that much time at all.
I think you would have destroyed me, though. I think it altered your mental state going through the rest of the game, and if that hadn't happened, you would have...
Yeah, a little bit. I was like...
believe that.
My execution was completely really sloppy, and I really blame nerves and stress for that, but then, as soon as an hour and a half hit, and I just kind of got in the zone and just finished it.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about Sahasrahla holding on to the fire rod like a jerk face?
I'm a little mad I didn't, jump back into Eastern for that possibility when I cleared pot out, but, I mean, other than that, I was just running out of locations, and then I had Notepad up with, 3 locations. One of them was Turtle Rock, but I didn't have Sahasrahla on there because I completely forgot I didn't get the green pendant yet. Then I saw it on my tracker, and I'm like, oh, let's go there and do that real quick. And yeah.
See, I went up to Turtle Rock and checked that chest for Fire Rod and was very, very sad. Very sad.
But it was half magic, still useful, right?
Still super sad. Super sad with double the magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was quite something. I would say at the power surge, Dsitt might have been slightly ahead. And it was really close though. You guys had checked a lot of the same stuff in different orders, and you were both going up Death Mountain at that point. After that, it was just the deaths that kind of held you back. And Patty made his own mistakes too, but just some routing stuff. Like Patty had the hammer earlier than you, so you had to do some backtracking that he didn't have to do. He had the mirror first too, I think.
Well, it looks like that we've got another race about to start underway. So, thank you all to everybody. Make sure you follow the runners. Make sure you follow the channels, and we will be backing out pretty soon, and we'll be leaving you with Adirondack Rick and the Greenleaf Effect for a new race featuring Yagamoth and Nicolachi just momentarily. Thank you, everybody. And this is Dr. Signing off.
Thanks a lot. GG.
GG. See ya.
And with that, we now get you ready for this next race, Yagamont and Nicolachi. Hey, I'm Adirondack Rick. The Greenleaf Effect is joining me. This is going to be a lot of fun. Let's do this.
You know it. How's it going today, Rick?
Fantastic. I found out, hey, I'm going to have this opportunity. The Greenleaf Effect. I do it since the...
Hold on 1 second here, because I seem to be getting a weird little in and out thing, so give me 1 second. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, but Rick, give me 1 minute, boy.
Well, I'm not sure I can give you 1 minute, but we're going to get some hype for this race. Here we go. All right, let's see.